have a reason, you know. They actually
it's
have
an
a
excuse.
reason.
I can justify it to my wife. No, I don't want to be drunk. No, it's about the show, darling. Yeah.
I just thought of another podcast.
I might need a
Drunk
co-host.
podcast. Yeah, man. Oh, I'll definitely do that. I'll definitely ruin your show by being drunk.
Well, you're a muso, you know.
Yeah.
It goes with the territory.
Okay.
Actually, speaking of musos, and you said you live at Caravan.
Yeah.
What happened? There's this random this guy. His name's Steve, but he went to the Blues Fest a couple of years ago. He got us tickets. He knows a guy, and he goes as an elf. You know, smuggles his weed in, and
wow.
I think his name's Steve. Even if it doesn't even matter now. Just call him Steve for the purpose of the exercise.
The elf.
Steve the elf. And I mean, he was like green all over, like, you know, painted his face. He was like it's kind of like a very straight fairy, almost.
Wow.
Whatever. He was just hanging out at my cousin-in-law's place one night. And he said, "I'm going to this gig. What are you doing Friday night?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll stay another day. You know, we'll go to this gig." He said, "The old mate from." It's just a blues gig at the Caravan Waters Tavern or something.
Yeah, Caravan Creek Tavern.
Caravan Creek, there you go. Yeah, so it's basically like it's tilt slab building in an industrial area. And, you know, I'm sure you do. Anyway, we're upstairs, and the lead guitarist from the Bondi Cigars happened to be playing there that night. It was all these old blues guys with long hair, and, you know, they're all in 40s and 50s or whatever, and they're all just hanging out. And then I'm there listening, and I'm going, I said to look to him, Steve, I said, do you reckon this sound, you know, do you reckon it's a bit lacking in bass, a bit harsh and something? He goes, yeah. I said, I'd fix it for him, but I don't want to, you know, I'm not, no one knows me here. I don't want to, you know, offend anybody. And so he went over and talked to somebody and came back and he just goes, yeah, come over and fix it all up. I mean, the bass amp wasn't even plugged in. It was like,
wow.
They had the digital output on it was plugged into the mixer, so that's why it was turned down. And we just tuned it all up. And then, you know, half an hour later, this guy comes over to me who was in the audience, and he goes, "Mate, I used to play keyboard with these guys. I've never heard them sound so good." And I was like, that's awesome. So,
wow.
I don't know. It was a fun night too.
Do you
it was
hear
just about
Dan, the sound guy from Caravan Creek Tavern? Do you hear this?
Yeah, that's pretty funny. I don't think he was on that night because they just had a mixer on the stage. The band was whoever was upstairs doing their own thing.
And hey, everyone knows like sound is so weird.
Yeah.
So yeah. It's funny you say that, though. I can't wait to rib him.
Well, no, I don't think
he's cool. He's a cool guy. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he didn't set it up, you know.
Let's just pretend he did.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. No,
Come on,
he did.
Dan.
Yeah, Dan, what are you doing? Mate.
No.
Dan must have been drunk that night, too.
Yeah. Dan is an interesting character. I don't mind bringing up Dan, but he's an interesting character because he has a phone. It's like he carries a flip phone. He doesn't answer a single SMS or an email. Even though he's got the accounts, he just kind of went, nope, and he'll show you your phone. If you can't get me on the phone, you know, which is a great thing, actually.
That's pretty cool.
He's a very wanted guy in his industry, you know, but he lives a pretty free life. He's lucky that he can just go, no, if you didn't catch me on the phone, sorry, but I'm not going to go through these SMSs. And he showed me like 422 SMSs unread. He just said, I just couldn't keep up. Like if you think of a band, there's 5 people in a band perhaps. Someone's always hassling you about something, and they just all add up if you're working every weekend. So, could you live like that?
No.
Don't know me either.
Oh, you mean could I live like with just a flip phone?
Yeah,
I've thought about it. I have a mate. He's actually a programmer. He used to live on the Gold Coast. He's back in Brisbane now. He used to you go to a bar, meet him at a bar, and he have this Nokia something or other, like with a green screen,
60 or something.
Yeah, and he'd just say, hey, you know, you have your phone, and you say, did you get my Facebook message? No. He'd pull his phone out and they go, oh, and he goes, well, hey, watch this motherfucker, because you laugh at him. You know, he'll drop the phone and it'll fall into 3 pieces. The battery would pop out and the cover would come off and whatever. And then you just clip it all back together and turn it back on. You go, hey, see, still works. Do that with your iPhone. You know, so, and I think he'd probably smashed a few screens on his phone, like who hasn't? Right. And so from there, you know, I thought about a year later, I just got the wheel of wasting so much time playing on apps on my phone, like on Facebook or whatever. And so I just went, you know what? I think I'm going to get a Nokia. I'm just going to use an iPad. If you want to use social media or email or whatever, you sit down, you specifically do it on an iPad. It's still quite portable. You know, get a keyboard for it. And otherwise, you just have a phone. What's a phone for? It's for communicating.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, so that's my thought. I haven't done it yet because I don't think the Nokia, the old ones, I don't think they work on that network. Most of them are GSM, and the GSM network's mostly shut down now in Australia. Yeah, it's only all the 3G and stuff.
I'm hooked, mate. The reason I ask is I'm actually hooked.
Hooked?
Yep.
On?
I must know. If someone's wanting to talk to me, I have to know, and I have to be able to answer them. And Sorry, mate. Something's going on here. But, yeah. I don't think I'll ever be able to go back to, if someone needs me, it's this burning thing. Maybe I missed out, the fear of missing out.
Maybe you just need to be needed. Maybe you're just insecure.
I am.
Right. Aren't we all?
Yeah.
Right.
Where are you from in Brisbane?
Brisbane, just inner north side, northeast side.
Okay. I went to Rochedale High School on the south side there.
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah.
Which was really sort of annoying because it was 25 minutes from Brisbane City.
Yeah.
And 40 minutes or something from Surfers Paradise.
Yeah.
So it was so that we just pretty much... There was the local shops, when you're 16, you're going out looking for girls.
Yeah.
We never went to the city. It was just too impossible.
Yeah.
We'd go to Logan, Hyperdome.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? I always look at that place and it's like, damn it. Just to be a little bit closer to the city, hang out with some of those city girls, eh? You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't. Tell me more about that.
Well, I don't know. It's all a dream. All right, mate.
Cool.
Is this your first podcast?
It's my first interview where I've been interviewed. I haven't launched any podcasts yet. But I started recording one 6 or 7 years ago. I was going to call it Internet Business Heroes. Bought the .com for that. Still got it. Haven't published anything on it. Interviewed this guy from the Gold Coast, actually. His name's Brad Walker. And I knew him from an internet marketing group that I was a part of. And he was doing something like 40 or 50 grand a month in info product sales to America back then, with some stuff he'd created. He's a guru of stretching, and I nicknamed him Stretch because he's about 5'3", and he's a really nice, down-to-earth guy. He's now rebranded to StretchCoach.com. We're going to reshoot that interview, do it for now, because his business has changed a lot in that time. And there's a whole bunch of those kind of things I want to do, but, I mean...
You know what the going theme is? I even spoke to a lady yesterday. She's already recorded 8, and she's kind of endlessly waiting for it to be awesome. A lot of people... and I've heard this before, because I listen to podcast shows about podcasting on Sunday nights.
Very meta.
Well, a lot of people get so frightened about that first one that they never actually... another year will go by of procrastination. Mate, I like podcasts where they suck at the start, and you really... But they're apologising all along. They're going, hey, I know this is my first one. I'm just so... and it sounds crap. But you actually love them as a person because after about 20, they're kind of like, oh, this guy's got his act together now, and there's some sort of format, and that's better than coming out straight out as the radio guy. Just finished radio school. Now I'm going to make a podcast. Yeah, I would even, if I had that on tape, I would even cut that guy's out and just say, hey, this is my first one. Here's my first one for History State.
What was that guy they talked about yesterday that does videos, Jeff's Bikes or something, and he has... Were you there for that? Somebody was talking about he just gets out and makes a video. I think.
Yeah. I was there for that.
And he sends it, puts the camera in, and he takes a deep breath, and he tries to compose himself. Then he walks off camera and gets a bike or something. And
he gets a bike.
And then he starts talking. But all right, good on him. He's doing it.
Well, hey, it made such an impact though. that it got onto this stage. Well,
that's right. Now 80 people weren't sitting there in the room, or 100 or whatever's there. We all sitting there looking up on our phones. Jeff's Bikes, YouTubing him. Anyway.
Hey, we could all, touch wood, we could all be gone tomorrow.
Yeah.
You may as well try and colour someone else's world, eh?
That's
Even
true.
if it is pretty average. What is good anyway?
Yeah, well...
What is good?
Good is what you make it.
Anyway, mate, thanks for coming into the Caravan.
No, good chatting, Drew.
Where were you going?
I was going down to ESPL to get coffee, because it's the only... other than Black Coffee Lyrics, it's the only half-decent place for coffee around here. Yeah, and it's 2 blocks from this hotel. Okay.
Have they clocked off upstairs now?
What do you mean? No. It was in the break. So, I had 5 minutes of break left. They're now 15 minutes back into the next session. And I'm finally going to get coffee. Wife's probably going, where the hell is he? Oh, well, actually, you could argue that this was a great thing to do. So, hey, mate, put it there. Yeah. Cheers, Drew. You don't want to say your last name? Swanborough. I thought I did.
You did, actually.
It was like Maryborough, but Swan.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's going on? Hey, somebody's taking our photo. This is, it's a momentous occasion.
Cool, mate.
I'm sure you're going to you too, Drew.
Yeah, and you're next. Come on. Why not? Have you been on a podcast before?
You got to do it.
Now's your chance.
Jump on it.
I've got to go on time.
10 seconds. Come here. Honestly, Lyndall, honestly.
Thanks, Drew.
Put them on. Yeah, mate.
Holy shit, it's hot in here.
No, I'm good, thanks.
Oh,
yeah, it's hot, eh?
I just realised we just took a speaker's photo and you weren't there. Yeah. We're going to Photoshop you in. What are we talking?
Oh, this.
Ooh.
And put it about this far away from your lips, right?
Yep. Hey.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Lyndall. Harris.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's me.
From Sunshine Coast.
That's me.
Down here at the We Are podcast.
We are podcast. Woo! We got two sessions to go, and we are done.
Yeah. Yeah. How are you?
Tired.
Right.
Fucking tired.
Yeah. Go on, swear on the show, whatever.
I know. I'm.
You hang around Ronsley, don't you? What a good thing. I'm stoked where I'm just hanging out here in this caravan right now.
Have you had some awesome conversations this weekend?
Yeah, very much. But actually, I found myself being the smart ass I am. Like, you know how everyone hates radio so much that they're onto podcasting? I've heard so much podcasting this last couple of days. Now I hate podcasting. Joking. I'm joking. But,
so you're going to go back to CFM and stuff, aren't you?
Yeah. No, never.
Let me cut off. Say hello to Carly because she's going.
Yeah.
I'm coming back. I like this.
All right,
I like
that's
it.
right.
All right. See ya.
Hey, Carly, chuck them on.
Jump in.
All right, I've got the baby in the car.
I've got to get an aircon.
Yeah, you do.
I know.
Hello.
It just smells like man musk in here. How are you?
I'm good.
I'm going
Yeah.
to come back. Ronsley's coming back.
Yes.
Coming back up, or are you going to hang here?
I don't know. I've got to be going at 12. I've got to pack up, go get my ute at 12. So, yeah, I know. Yeah, I have to do something before this show this afternoon.
All right. Well.
Yeah, I'll catch him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carly?
Yeah. This is so weird.
What's your
holding
last
a
name,
microphone.
Carly?
Nimmo.
Yeah, how was your audio?
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah?
Were you in the other session?
I was in the other session.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Yeah,
fun.
cool.
But to be honest, the last 20 minutes I've been hanging out outside this caravan here,
Yeah.
kicking back. You know that feeling when you go on conferences, you kind of do so much work that
Yeah,
you go,
yeah.
hang on a minute, I was just in Fiji. I did conference, got drunk, conference.
Yeah.
I did swim, you know.
Yeah, that's
so
about
I
it.
made sure I hung out on this little deck chair.
Nice one.
How come, how do you know so much from Byron Bay?
Yeah,
Yeah.
from Lennox. Yeah.
Lennox,
Yeah, yeah.
I know this. You've already
Yeah.
told me. So, are you from the audio tech world?
I'm
or you
from
just-
radio.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I run a voiceover agency.
I heard your podcast with Ronsley.
Oh yeah,
That's the first one it's
Oh, really?
you.
Yeah,
I
that
didn't
was me.
realise.
Yeah.
I think in your photo you have a hat on.
Yeah, I have a beanie. A red
Yeah,
beanie.
that's
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, I heard all that.
Yeah.
That was really great.
Yeah, cool, thanks.
A little while ago, but that was when I first met Ronsley.
Oh, right.
And over the phone.
Yeah.
And I checked out his podcast. It was yours.
Yeah,
right. Geez, excuse
there
me.
you
Oh,
go.
I've seen you the last 2 days and I didn't even connect
Yeah,
to it.
that's crazy.
Tell me a story.
My daughter's in the car.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. Hey, well, I'm glad we're here.
But we have to do this, like, properly.
Yep.
So
Fully.
let's make
Yeah.
that happen.
Yeah, well, Currumbin.
Yeah.
Byron Bay. Oh,
That's it.
Lennox.
Yeah. I'm only a
Excellent.
little while away.
Do you have a podcast show?
Yeah. Carlosophies.
Yeah,
It's
I know.
called.
You could tell them.
Oh, yeah, right. So it's called Carlosophy Stories Behind Success, and we really, I guess the purpose is to debunk overnight success. Right. So, entrepreneurs just have sometimes an unrealistic expectation, or they look around them and they see all these people who just are all of a sudden everywhere and think, why isn't it happening for me? When really, those people generally have maybe 38 years before that overnight success happened, and they're just continually showing up and learning and growing, and then something happens and they reach a tipping point. And really that's what overnight success is, just a tipping point. Yeah. And so, so I kind of look into that. And we talk a lot about fear, failure, struggle, and I make people cry. So,
well, we will do a podcast because, like my dad's a self-made millionaire guy. Came from nothing.
Yeah.
And so, my personal opinion is, which we'll talk about on my podcast next.
Yeah.
Is that I believe it's a character trait. Like,
totally.
If you have to be the guy that can
show up.
Be less empathetic, perhaps.
The
people who are very empathetic and they really care too much about the cleaner.
Yeah.
Is bound to not make as much money.
Yeah, that's true.
In the factory. Well, that's what I've sort of noticed. And not to say that, my old man person
I
is
think
like
you can
that,
have heart and be an entrepreneur.
Yeah, you have to be able to take money out of people.
But you also have to be able to say yes to yourself a lot more than most people do, I think.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Cool, well, I better go get back to my baby.
Okay. Are you done now?
Yeah,
you're gone.
Yeah, I'm on my
All right.
way. Cool setup.
Yeah.
Sweet, dude.
Okay.
See ya.
See ya.